We are here. It's your main man, Clubber D, and Shane, the number one Commanders fan. In our heart and your heart, we are here with another Sunday Showdown, week 2 preseason reaction. I know a lot is going on, but before we get to that, how you doing, Peach?
Doing well, man. Like you said, week 2 preseason already. There's only 3 weeks, so the regular season is on its way, Dion.
Exactly. And it's kind of like this is like the dress rehearsal for basically the season. That's why we saw a lot of starters play. Not many they didn't play that long, but we got to see a little bit of, some starters go out there and quarterback battles and things like that go on. What would you think of some of that stuff?
I mean, it's good, but like I said, the preseason's getting worse and worse every year. I mean, they lowered it to 3 games, which I love,
Mm-hmm.
but these coaches don't want to play anyone. They don't want to show anything.
Nope.
But I think that's why at the beginning of every season, the first month is so sloppy, and you don't know who's really good or bad yet. Some bad teams will start off hot because of the sloppiness.
Right.
Some teams will start off cold because of the sloppiness, and then you really don't know what's going on until probably November.
Yeah, I mean, I think their way of counteracting the sloppy play or not having the starters play as much, maybe just go out for a series or two in the dress rehearsal, is the joint practices they're having with each team they're playing. Because I think last year, or not last year, but before they started, they changed it to three games. I mean, I don't recall my team really doing a lot of joint practices. They would do maybe like one or two. That's about it. But now they do it with every team. So maybe they're using their joint practices as a a way to see how their guys react when 11-on-11 drills and things like that. But I agree, man. It's the early parts of the season. This is when you're in like survival pool or something like that, and you pick a team that's a surefire. Oh yeah, they're going to beat them and lose.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's sloppy play, and players just don't get acclimated to the speed of the play as quick as usual. So yeah, no,
And
I'm with you.
also, like, I don't have the statistics here, but doesn't
Hmm.
it seem like there more and more players get injured at the start of the year every year? And I think it's because they're not hitting and
Yeah.
not getting ready like they used to in the 80s and 90s. I don't remember this many injuries back then, but we also didn't have social media and hear about every injury probably. But it just seems like we're getting a lot more injuries and they pile up quickly.
Yeah, and it's nothing worse than it's like it's a catch-22. You want them to play harder, to practice harder, and it takes a toll on their body, so they might get hurt during the regular season. But lack of practice, lack of doing a lot of drills will cause them to get injured just out of nowhere. Larry Tunsil,
Yeah.
like he tore his tricep, and I was just within a blocking drill, something easy like that. So it's a catch-22. You want it to be hardcore, train. Training camp was like was it shoot, that's where like I swear training camp was late May or something like that back in the
Yeah,
day, or
it
the mini
was.
camps were a little tougher, but now it's we're like day 14 or day 15 of training camp. It's damn near done. So I totally agree. And us as a viewer, we're lacking in the play we're seeing on the field, which kind of sucks. But
You're right.
I'm here for it. I'm still gonna watch. It's the
Of
Stockholm
course.
syndrome. I'm a battered house husband. Okay, I get beat up, so what? I'm coming back home.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I'll wash all the dishes before you get there. But it is what it is. Um, but one quarterback battle I wanted to talk about that happened yesterday that everyone's he's got the job now. They're saying Shador Sanders has the job in Cleveland. Do you think so?
Actually, I would say he's the better quarterback so far this preseason and offseason, right? Like,
Yeah.
but it's still closer than I think we all think.
Right.
I don't know. It's just like both of them haven't really blown anyone away, blown me away by watching them. I mean, it's just a lot of sloppiness. And unfortunately for Cleveland, that's going to be a tough decision because I think Cleveland is going to have an elite defense again.
Mm-hmm.
And as we talked about before the show started, I mean, those rookie receivers are looking good too. All they need is the quarterback play, man, and they could be a playoff team, man. And
Man,
they're coming. They've been having good drafts the past few years, and they're ready to rock and roll. But the most important position in all of sports is not set yet there, and
mm-hmm.
that's rough when we only have like 2 weeks until the opening kickoff for them. So,
Hey,
yikes.
they just have to survive for one more year because they drafted those two receivers, Boston and Concepcion, this past year, and the year before, their great draft. They know what they're doing. They have a plan. They just need that person pushing the rock. And I feel Shador. I mean, he didn't wow everybody, but he did what he was supposed to do. And I'd rather Shador do
Correct.
that than the year before when everybody just wanted to just give him the job. And just with the namesake and oh no, he did this and did that. No, it doesn't matter what you did. You come in with an arrogant attitude, whatever it is. You can help come in with it with a cool attitude. If you don't perform on the field, it doesn't matter. Okay, it's not. They're not going to give it to you. I thought Shador looked a little better. I didn't like Deshaun Watson's comments after when he was talking about, this. I was on the same field where I tore my Achilles, and the Browns fans were cheering that. And then I get out there today, and they're booing him again. And he's like, I say things to my family I won't say to the public regarding the fans, which is like, dude, you should have kept that in. But
Right, because we know what you mean.
yeah,
we know what you're saying.
You're gonna shit on the fans, and I don't like when fans boo when people get injured. I'm not. That's mad corny to me. That's lame and corny. But I'm sure he feels a certain way getting booed. At home, it's supposed to be his fan base, and only way you could flip that around is if you start winning and start playing well. And then you can have the last laughs like, no, don't boo me now. Don't boo me. Right. Don't boo me now. So, Deshaun, I mean, I know you say you think it's 50-50. I think Shador has the job.
I think he does too, but I don't think it's like widespread. But I will say this. Mm-hmm. Deshaun Watson is the biggest case of the Monstars stealing his talent that I've ever seen, because he was so good in Houston. And then that controversy happened, and he just fell off. And I'll tell you what, I went to the Browns-Commanders game 2 years ago when Jaden was a rookie. Mm-hmm. That was the most awful QB play I've ever seen from Deshaun Jackson live. I've never seen worse quarterback play in my life live. Like, it was bad, Dion. And that's what I just see now when I see him. I don't know, like, maybe he can turn it around, but I don't know what happened. He fell off the cliff, and the talent just disappeared, and I don't understand it.
It's weird how that happens, when someone's on the highest of the high, and then I don't know.
And he's not old. It's not like he hit 40 and just fell off a cliff because of his age. No, it's unreal. Where did the talent go? I mean, were those rubs that magical? I don't know how else to explain it.
Oh, the old rubby rub. Well, I know. Did she go, and rub it in? Or maybe she just sucked it out of him. You never know. More ways than one. But either way, he's regressed, and that's so weird. Yeah, he was I was a big fan of him in Clemson. He was him, Trevor Lawrence. When Trevor Lawrence took over or whatever, they were the only ones keeping the ACC relevant when they used to talk about, because I'm a Virginia Tech fan, so they kept the conference relevant. And then he goes to the Texans, does well, and then I thought when that stuff first happened, it was the owner, because the owner was friends with the lawyer or prosecutor against him. I thought it was like an inside job, but then like all these women start popping up out of nowhere. I'm like, oh snap, here we go. But yeah, man, that's a rough, man. That's a rough deal right there. I don't know, man.
Right. He was so good. Like, he was literally a top pick in fantasy football for like 2 years in a row. Like, people were like, oh, he's the number one guy. Right. Who didn't? Like,
I used to pick him. I mean, it's rough seeing that, like that decline. It's so I'm trying to think of another person who's declined like that at such a young age, but not barring injury. Only one I think it was probably RG3. But that sucks what happened to him. But now what we're looking at is him probably being backup, and it'd be funny if the depth chart is Dylan Gabriel's higher than him. That's
what I'm saying. With how he's talking about the fans, if they name him the backup, he's going to probably speak even more. They might have to cut him, right? I mean,
well, financially,
the financial part.
Yeah,
I thought maybe next year they can. I don't.
Yeah. Next year they can get out of his contract. This year they're kind of screwed unless they want to just bite the bullet and just go, hey, we'll get rid of him.
Which means nobody's going to trade for him either because of that contract, unfortunately. So they're assed out in that regard.
Well, I'm glad you said nobody would trade for him, because I was looking at some of these backup quarterbacks around the league, and they look like dog poo. Okay, a lot of them look like stuff I used to scoop up for Bronson. And Anthony Richardson, J.J. McCarthy, Justin Fields. What's the guy out of Arizona?
I mean, they don't even have a real good starter, let alone their backup. I mean.
Gardner Minshew. That's another one. Like these are all supposed to be backups. Carson Beck's gonna get that Arizona job, but like I said, Anthony Richardson. I don't know if they're setting him up or he's just going off script. I don't understand. I never thought he should have picked that high. I was a fan of him as far as an athlete, but just because you can run real fast and you got a cannon of an arm doesn't mean you're going to be a great quarterback. I don't understand why people are getting. And you're going to talk about this on one guy you guys drafted on your physical attributes, what you do at the combine,
the underwear Olympics.
Yeah, you got to look at the tape. And some of these guys, they're wondering why it's not translating. And it's because there's film out there. Just because you can run and jump really fast doesn't mean you're automatically going to be, the next big thing. I remember my brother was sizing up. Bruce Campbell came from the Raiders. He was offensive lineman, and he got picked in like the second or third round. And guys, he was a turnstile when he got to the NFL. Just he ran real fast on the 40. So I don't get why they want to hire, they want to basically draft you or sign you just on your physical attributes instead of what's on the film as far as what you can do. So yeah, no, Anthony Richardson. I mean, I don't know him personally, but I think he has a chance. He just needs like a coach in the off season to just sit down and focus on the fundamentals.
Right, 100%.
You seen of his highlights?
Yeah. I saw a little bit, and it's like there is no highlights. You know what I mean? That's the problem. You want to see something flash, but you just don't. You know what I mean? And then it seems like he takes big hits too much. And is he going to be an injury issue on top of it? And when you're getting beat out by Daniel Jones and beaten out by Daniel Jones easily, there's an issue.
Yeah, it's weird. Daniel Jones. He looked pretty good last year before he got hurt. Like they were one that defense, that defense was doing well. Like that team was sneaky good last year, and I'm eager to see how they're going to react now with Pittman Jr. being gone, and just Alec Perkin and Josh Downs as your wide receiver. So that should be funny.
Yeah.
I know Berto think it's funny too. I know Berto. I'm with you. Nah, he's good. He's funny.
I was like, man, can you hear that? And yeah, answered my question.
That's all good. But yeah, no, I mean, it's around the league. There's going to be some crappy quarterback play if the starter goes down, and only besides Mac Jones, who played for my Niners, Joe Milton's looked phenomenal. Like last year, he looked pretty good with the Cowboys. This year he looks really good. And they have a young receiver too who looks good as well. So I wonder if Jerry's be answering calls about Joe Milton because he could be a quality backup for a lot of teams and maybe even start for some teams.
You might be able to even get like a second or third for him too. Keep showing this. So this third preseason game will be huge for him, right? Mm-hmm. Or does Dallas want to keep him? Does Dak have a short leash, Dion? What is your thoughts on that?
I think with the money Dak is making right now, because he's plus $60 million a year, getting paid more than all the other quarterbacks just about. If Dak craps the bed, which he should, they have a good running game with Williams. They have 2 stud receivers. I don't see why Dak's not top 5 in a lot of stats this year for quarterbacks. If we're halfway through the season and Dak is looking terrible, I think Dak's gonna be on that bench. I think he's just like he was runaway bride to his girl, runaway starter job to Joe Milton. I think he can sit down, relax.
I agree with you. As of right now, I think the leash is long. I mean,
I
don't think there has been anything wrong with their offense for the past 2-3 years anyways. Nah. It's been their defense that's been really bad, and they upgraded a lot there. As we talked about a few weeks ago, I think Dallas is going to win that division.
You think
Unfortunately, so? I do. I just think Philly's going to fall off a little bit. I don't think Philly's offense is going to be anything to, smile about. I think they're due for a down year anyways. I think their defense is going to be their defense, but they're not going to be able to score. And Dallas is going to be able to score. And I'm calling this, thinking their defense is going to be a lot better. If it's not, then cancel Christmas on what I just said. Just erase this tape, burn it up, throw it away. But I think their defense is going to be a lot better, and they're going to be able to score over 20 points a game, like over 24 points a game. I think.
Their offense can't hide their issues on defense. I'm trying to think of I know they lost Micah and they got Gary, but I'm trying to think of they got Quinn Williams. Their defensive line is good, but I don't know if they have those pass rushers.
Right. Caleb Downs is probably a huge draft pick.
Caleb Downs, I was actually the stuff I've seen from him. I'm a fan.
Me too.
And I was shocked he slid.
We'll talk about my guy in a little bit because I always thought if we went defense, I wanted Downs. But know me, I wanted offense the whole time, so I'm not going to just
for sure
come out and say, oh, y'all wanted Downs. No, it wasn't like that. But it was like that if we pick defense. That was my thought if we pick defense, but we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, only thing I would say as far as Dallas winning the division, Philly should have something to say, but my only caveat or issue with Philly is can Devontae Smith, can that frame hold up being the number 1 this year? How's he going to look being that guy? He's very talented. I'm a fan, but you have AJ on the other side. He could do what he needed to do. But so now it's going to be Slim Reaper. So it's on you there, buddy.
He's always going to have the number one corner on him now. So
Yep, yep. And Lemon, he's still hurt, right?
yeah, he's still dealing
Yeah,
with the
he's still
soft
hurt.
tissue stuff, and you know how that can linger for a receiver, like big time.
Him and the one from the Saints. The Saints drafted, right? He's dealing with some issues too, I believe.
Yeah, Tyson.
Tyson, yeah,
Jordan Tyson.
Yep. And I like Jordan Tyson coming in too.
That was a guy I wouldn't mind picking. Like that's one of the guys.
That's and speaking of preseason, just we're gonna hop into the Niners. Actually, before we go to the Niners, OBJ, he dropped a wide open touchdown. I think he's running with the twos. He's not running with starters or anything like that. It was cool. He went back to New York, but I think that wash machine is on right now.
Oh, it's been on. It's been on for years. This was a nostalgic signing to get the crowd hyped for the preseason. Is my guess. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way he makes this team. Harbaugh did him a solid, and that's all this is, in my opinion.
I mean, he's there. They brought him in, then they just gave him some detergent. Say, go ahead, hop in. Because you saw what they did with Faleafau, whatever his name is. Traded him after that first preseason game. Traded him to the Jaguars,
right?
And like Shannon Sharp said, he can't block sun out of his eyes. I mean, that dude is. I mean, he's 6'7" and can't block nothing. Like he's
big pit.
He's big pit. DFN. No. BFN. Big for nothing. Big old BFN. But yeah, they sent him down to Jacksonville, who's supposed to have a good year this year as well. So I'm eager to see how that's gonna mess Lawrence up. And Bayshawn Tootin should be the number one running back out of Jacksonville. Oh, the Hokies, I hear you. Let's go. But I just hopping around and looking at preseason games. I also did see the Jalen Daniels for Tampa Bay quarterback. He looked pretty good. I'm not gonna front. He looked pretty good. And with Rex Chapman, I mean, what's his face? God, who's the quarterback? Yeah, Baker Mayfield looks like Rex Chapman, and that guy Dave. All three of them could be cousins.
He's that guy Dave's brother too. What?
Yeah, they're all three of them triplets. I'm telling you, look them up. Rex Chapman, Baker, and that guy Dave. But I'm thinking, Baker's been vocal about not getting paid in the front office of Tampa Bay, especially how they're doing Vita Vea. So if they don't pay him and he has a bad year, Baker, he could be cooked. He could be out, not cooked, just on another team,
Right.
So
and they're like you said with the quarterback around the league, how bad the play is. Somebody will trade a first for him in 2 seconds.
I mean, look at Atlanta. I wish Lamar's installing Cadmus right now, but the dude he had mentioned, that rookie, he looked pretty good. He actually looked pretty good, but mind you, we're saying this as this is a preseason so
game.
You got to take it with a grain of salt, because we all had those preseason gems that are like, oh man, I can't wait to the regular season.
Oh yeah.
And the guy
and like we said, it's even worse now because nobody plays. So
nobody.
Like them quarterbacks are throwing against guys that are going to be working at Pizza Hut and Walmart next week. So you never know. But you like to see like a quick release and accuracy. That's what you look for. You know what I mean? You watch the young guys. So I agree with you. He looked good in that regard, and he probably will get a job on their 52.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I look at it for preseason, it's always going to be, how is this person, do they understand the speed, and are they not scared? Like when I say scared, are they timid? Are they guessing the wrong way? Are they just flying around the field, not really paying attention to stuff? Has the game slowed down for them? I look at those things, especially for receivers. And we're going to jump right into that with the San Francisco 49ers. We went against the Chargers. We went against Chargers all week, and we got beat a couple of days out of the week. And they're saying, our offense is looking a certain way, our defense is looking a certain way. And it's like, oh man, we're going to be terrible. But, come game time, we dominate. And I will say this. I criticized us drafting Dejon Stribling as the first pick of the second day. He was the first pick of the second round of day 2 of the NFL draft. And he has done nothing but impress.
No doubt. I am totally impressed, Deion, with him.
Dude, he is like, he's first of all, he's Don Morocco's grandson. Mac Jones, I call him the flying Hawaiian. This guy, he's all of 6'2", catches the ball with his hands, not his chest, which is the big thing. Not afraid to catch down the middle, and he has that 4.4 speed that we're missing. He wears number 15 Michael Crabtree's number, but Dejon Stribling is what I wanted Crabtree to be coming out of Texas Tech. Because when Crabtree came out of Texas Tech, he had that holdout and didn't play to the first game. But Dejon Stribling is that dude. I'm eager to see how he's going to fare when Mike Evans is healthy and they're both on the field at the same time. I'm sure Brock will put the ball where it needs to be. He's making all the catches. The only thing he did miss was that over the head catch that would have been touchdown for Mac Jones. But I'm a fan of Dejon Stribling for us.
Well, I mean, he looked great when Brock was out there, didn't he? I mean, what do you have? Three catches on the first drive? Like,
yep.
I mean they're going to feed him. Kyle's going to feed him.
And he's hungry.
Yeah.
Give it to him. And just to go over some of the Niner rookies, we're still having an issue at right guard. Connor Willis, who we drafted out of Washington, he was a tackle. Now we're making him to a guard. He's showing promise there, but that's one of the main issues right there as well. Jaden Duggar, a project we got out of, I think it was Louisiana Lafayette, the Raging Cajuns. He's like a hybrid. This guy played safety for Georgetown and goes down to Louisiana and plays linebacker. This guy's all over the field. He's covering well as a linebacker, so I'm very, very eager and happy to see him go. Kalen Black, finally got to see him play out of the 757 running back who was on Indiana last year for the national title game. He's going to be good, Peach. If McCaffrey is out, Keelan Black is going to be that dude. He can see the hole. He can pick up blocks. He's doing all the little things you ask a running back to do. Okay, he's going to break that fight upstairs, though. It's all good. But Keelan Black, I'm a big fan of him. Another guy I'm looking at is Carver Willis. Got him out of Oklahoma, defensive tackle. Another guy. He's small. He's not a run stuffer, but he can rush the passer. That's what we need because we only had 20 sacks last year, and Myles Garrett made us look bad. And last but not least, Ephesius Prysock, he's a cornerback out of Washington, 6'3". He's another guy who I think should be starting since Green went down. And if Jack Jones doesn't take that position, I think he will be starting alongside with Diamondor Lenore. So
nice.
That's my little Niner stuff. And last but not least, I said that once, say it again. Kittle is back. He has been activated off PUP. But who knows if he'll play week 1. But I like to see Kittle back.
But being off that PUP is a big deal, though. It means he'll be back soon, most likely. And I also want to give a shout-out to the return of Kyle Shanahan, too. I saw him, with his bag walking into the stadium looking like Hulk Hogan from WrestleMania 9 with that black eye. I don't think there's a rumor that he got beat up by Macho Man, but he had that shiner going.
The steering wheel, I got him. It was like, hey, what's going on? That's that story that's still kind of suspect, kind of weird. Like Dante Whitner brought that up. He was like, if that was a player, it'd been a lot more, investigation. And the fact that we didn't find out till 2 weeks after the fact.
And then he admitted it was his fault too when it was told that it wasn't his fault.
Yeah, they reported.
Yeah, there's something weird there. I think that lady got a little tickle in her palm already, probably to keep quiet. But we'll see.
It could have been that, because first he said he dropped his phone. Then he said it fell behind him and he was reaching behind and the self-driving stuff wasn't working for the Tesla. Oh, this is alleged. So, I will say, some people are saying that it could be, maybe he was creeping and she got mad and it was head on. I mean, that's all alleged. We're just having fun with it, but could be true. But yeah, you never know. You never know. But I'm very eager. I want to see this last preseason game to kind of solidify some of these holes that we have as far as what we need. And the main thing that we do need is we drafted Romello Height at defensive end, another 25-year-old rookie, but we're not getting much pressure on the end. We're not getting that much pressure. And that with having 20 sacks, do not be shocked if a Thibodeau comes available, if they just, hey, you know what? We need a space heater, get a Vita Vea and trade Alfred Collins, or, if, God, what's his name? Not Thibodeau. There's another. Bosa's brother magically comes, hey, I want to sign with somebody. I can see us making one last big splash before the season starts, and it's going to be on that defensive line.
It's got to be, right?
It has to be. We need it.
No doubt.
We need it. So how you feel about them Commanders? Raise your left hand.
I can't. My shoulder's not good enough yet. But, preseason's preseason, but I have worries, and then I'm excited about a few things. Well, let's start with the excitement. Mm-hmm. I'm excited about Antonio Williams. Just like Stribling, he is flashing. He's not playing. They're not playing him much, and I think it's to hide him. But when he's out there, man, the wiggle that he has, he gets open, he makes the contested catches. I love it. So that's one thing. The other thing I like is Durante Jones' defense. we have not played one starter on our defensive line, and that's where we upgraded the most, right? With Chase on and all them guys. None
Mm-hmm.
of them have played. Payne didn't play. Nobody played.
Interesting.
6 sacks in 2 games, 5 turnovers in 2 games. I mean,
Ooh.
ball is life, and I finally believe it in Washington. Now, to the bad.
Eesh.
Sonny Styles, Dion, and this is what you were talking about earlier. Underwear Olympics looking like a freaking action figure.
Mm-hmm.
He's just not flashing, and like I said, I'm hoping it's because there's no defensive lineman starting from him. But I'm not going to make an excuse. Like, you have to flash. Like, I need to see you make a
Right.
play, and he's just not doing that. And like I said earlier, I would have took Downs if I went defense. But like I said, I'm not going to just say I said that the whole time, because I said offense the whole time.
Right.
But that's a concern for me, because when you pick somebody that high, you need him to be a star.
I
And
will
we
say
can't wait. We can't wait for him to be one. He needs to be one right away.
I do have something to ask about that one. So we've seen in the past where a player who has a great physical ability, like Sonny Styles, play on a defense in college with a lot of stars. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Arvell Reeves, you had Downs, they had stars on that line, so he didn't have to do as much. He can kind of roam around because he played different positions in college,
Right.
along the line and linebacker. When you're that raw, pause. When you're that raw of the talent, you got to hone in onto what works for you at this next level. And you guys had that same issue with Jamin Davis, who's now performing for the Bears now.
Right.
So, do you think it's going to be similar to that, or you think with this coaching staff, that those wrongs could be corrected? He could kind of focus on what he needs to focus on, slow the game down for
Well,
him.
I hope it's the latter. But with the Jamin Davis thing and past linebacker faux pas that we've had, I
Mm-hmm.
worry. I worry big time. Because, like I said, we need him to be a guy,
Right.
not just a normal linebacker that you could have picked up off the street. We
Mm-hmm.
need him to be a playmaker and make 100 tackles and get turnovers. And I'm just not seeing it yet. And like I said, we'll see after the first month how I feel, because that's when you know.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. But like I said, it worries me. It reminds me I always get scared of the linebackers that kind of played safety. They're like the tweeners.
Mm-hmm.
What was the guy? I'm blanking on his name. The guy that got drafted by the Cardinals. Remember? He's like, that's what it's reminded me of, man. The
From
guy that was,
LSU.
yeah, I think so, right?
Oh yeah, he was talking about he stopped Kittle, and
Right,
then he went to the Giants, and no one's heard of again.
right.
Um,
I'm blanking on his name, but man,
no, he
like
went to Clemson. He went to Clemson, I think.
100% Clemson,
Yeah, he went to
100% Clemson.
Clemson, light skinned dude.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. Well, see, here's the thing: the NFL is a copycat league. Okay, once you get one person who played basketball, then wants to be a tight end, everybody wants to jump on that train.
right.
Um, you look at
Just because
Fred
of like
Warner.
Tony Gonzalez, right? Like,
Yeah,
oh, we did it
Antonio
once. They did it
Gates. Look at us.
once.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Fred Warner. Fred Warner was a safety that they turned to linebacker because he has the size for it. You start drafting these tweeners, and it just doesn't work all the time. And another blank I'm having is a dude who went to Alabama, got drafted by the Giants. Um, he's another one that was a tweener and they couldn't play strong safety, couldn't play the wheel linebacker. He was just there. So it's one of those weird things, and I hate that happens to certain teams, but I wish would be like my team's rivals. But
Right.
Sonny
Exactly.
Styles, just being in this area, the Commanders. I hear it all the time on the radio, and you're going to hear the fans complain and the local media complain. So I'm like, all right, come on, let's get somebody good. No more Brian Arakpos. You know what I'm saying?
And don't tell me that these young guys don't flash, because I've been watching Arvell Reese flash.
Yeah,
I've been watching Caleb Downs flash.
yeah.
And I don't need to see much, just a big play, like one big tackle where he like stuffs somebody in the backfield. Let's stuff some running back in the back. I haven't seen it. It worries me.
I saw someone broke down his first few plays, this first preseason game last week, and I was like, ooh, like wrong gaps, slow to get off the ball, and that's gonna be natural.
Right.
Gives nerves, and you got the lights on you now. You're made to the big level as that being the NFL. So,
Well, he got
I
spun.
totally
He got spun
understand.
around. He got spun around yesterday on that
Oh,
that
Dobbs,
QB keeper. Yeah.
yeah,
I
Dobbs
mean,
ran that back.
it was more of the safety's fault, Will Harris, but
Hmm.
still he didn't. Sonny got turned around bad. It looks bad. It looks horrible.
Well, and that's the thing, taking the wrong angles and not letting the game he's not reading it the way it's supposed to be read, and that's because that might not be his natural position.
Right.
It's cool to do that against Ohio and other schools at a different level when you got studs in front of you and studs behind you, pause, helping you out on the defense. But when you get to this level and you got an assignment to do and you miss that, or you whiff, or you're doing what LeVar Arrington started to do with you guys and think instead of doing what he was told to do, you get caught with your pants down. You're not looking
That's
too
right.
good. But wait, so what about on the offensive side? Did Diggs play?
They played the first drive, and that's another thing that gets on my nerves. Why even play the starters if you're going to give them one drive? And they went 3 and out. So it was like pointless. And I think, and as we talked about earlier, I think
Mm-hmm.
these guys need reps. The Commanders last year played nobody in the preseason, and then the year started off slow and it ended slow. Like it was just, and I don't know, the rookie year, guess what? They played the guys, right? And what happened? We went to the NFC Championship game. So I think it does matter. Reps matter, man, especially when you have to play, which we do, 2 division games on the road against Philly, against Dallas, 2 of the teams that I think are going to be at the top of the division.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I think it's going to be Dallas, but it's going to be one of them. And you can't afford to start off 0-2. And then we got to go play the Super Bowl champs week 3. You can't start 0-3, man. Like, what's the odd? They say it every year. When you start off 0-2, what is it, like 20% chance you make the playoffs? You're
20,
already,
yeah.
it's something horrible. Like, you can't do that. And then offensively, man, that offensive line, the injuries are piling up, and it looks bad, especially at center. I mean,
Is it a backup or who's your center now?
Good Jones, who is Bad Jones.
Bad Jones.
Bad Jones right now. And he's the one that is starting right now. We need to go out and get somebody off the street, man. I don't know, because he's been awful. So
yeah.
looking there. But like I said, preseason, but it still can be a scary thing when you see some bad things happening when it's guys that are going to start, and they're not playing the starters of the other team, and they're getting their ass
worked. Yeah,
right.
That's how we looked against the Chargers. Like some of our backups were whooping that ass, and I was like, okay. Now I feel a little better because during practices, like they're messing us up. And that person we're talking about from Clemson in 2020 was Isaiah Simmons.
Yes, Isaiah Simmons.
Yeah.
And by the way, our starting center is supposed to be Allegretti, but he's injured, so that's why Good Jones is starting. But they say Allegretti should be ready for the opener, but still, he's not practicing. He didn't get any reps, so he's going to go in against that Philly defensive line cold. Like, come on, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, you got to pray they bring him off pup and he gets at least some burn with these joint practices. I mean, that's the only way he'll get a simulation of a real game, because Trent don't play. Trent does what Trent does, but he's 37 years old.
Yeah, but he's a guy that can do that. Like,
yeah, true.
Good Jones and Allegretti, because he was a guard. He was our guard last year. Like, we were moving him to center because he's played center before, but he hasn't played it with Jaden yet, and he's just going to start week 1 against the two of the best defensive tackles in all of football, not just for the Eagles, but all of football. Those guys are beasts.
Yeah, just got freshly paid beasts too.
Yes, freshly paid beasts.
Yeah, so they're gonna be hungry, and I'm trying to find that dang on Giants cornerback.
He played with us. I can't remember his name.
He went to Alabama.
Yeah, the safety. They didn't know if he was a safety or a linebacker. And they thought he would be a better linebacker, but he didn't want to play it. And he played for the fucking Commanders, and I can't think of his name. Like, I'm bad with names.
Yeah, it's
Collins.
Me off.
Landon
Collins.
Golly.
That's him. Yeah, Landon Collins. He was with you guys. Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
And he got freaking toasted bad every game. So, yeah.
I mean, we drafted Taylor Mays. That guy was only fast up and down. He was not fast left and right.
I was excited about that draft for you, too, because I like Taylor Mays.
Me, too. I was happy. I was like, man, he got him. Patrick Woods really good. Man, and I should have known something because Pete Carroll drafted Earl Thomas.
Right.
Instead of the old person he used to coach. I was like, okay, you know what? Yeah, Taylor, those are Mike Singletary years. Well, we come a long way. We come a long way with this. Long way. Well, I didn't watch any of the Falcons stuff, so I guess next time we get on, we'll get Lamar's take. Hopefully by then it'll be the start of the season, I guess, because next week's gonna be next week. I don't know if we'll be on next week because we got the draft will be down in Austin. So unless we do something that following week, during the week. And then,
well, we all know that the last preseason game is the trashiest of all trash games. Anyways, nobody plays. Even the backups don't really play.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We'll have to do we'll definitely do the fantasy football show. Just talk about fantasy football in general, like the top 10 each. We'll do like top 5 of each position. See if we agree or disagree with those consensus picks and stuff like that. So, yeah, this is a quickie show, just like I'd be at your mom's house, y'all. But anything to say before we get up out of here, Peach?
Hey, I just want to show off my new Sean Taylor black jersey, which I bought from the team store. And interesting enough, they're selling Redskin stuff. You see it? It says Redskins, has the old 75th anniversary patch, and it's sold at the team store. So they're opening up the gates for it. I don't think it's going to come back, but it's nice that they're going to start selling the throwback stuff and have the name. And yeah, so
that's awesome.
That's where we're at.
And it's good that that's an actual real jersey instead of those fake black jerseys we used to see all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
And speaking of jerseys, I was thinking about buying a basketball jersey. I was thinking about buying a Devin Booker jersey. I might get out of my non-current player jersey buying phase. I want to buy a football jersey, but it's so hard nowadays to buy these jerseys because you never know what's going to happen. You never know.
It's been a long time since I bought a basketball jersey. But I used to wear them all the time.
Middle
school, elementary school, middle school. That was it. The champion ones,
oh man,
the Shaq and the Jordan. Yeah, I had them.
Shoot, I had like every son known to man. Like they were like, who wears a Wayman Tisdale jersey? Me, okay, me. I wear the Wayman Tisdale jersey. Damn it, Kevin Johnson jersey and all that stuff. That was me back in the day. That was it. But yeah, I want to get a football jersey. I don't know. I want to get a Fred Warner, but if something happens and he's on freaking the Bengals, I will cry. I will cry. Like, man, you're a Niner for life.
Speaking of your Tisdale jersey, if I remember correctly, didn't the heckler squeeze into that thing to go to a game?
I think so. I think it was either that or the Kevin Johnson 1 to 2. And that's when that guy tried to slap him. It was hilarious.
The fruitcake.
Pissed.
Oh, the fruitcake.
Yeah, fruitcake. Oh, man, that's classic stuff. All right, y'all. We are out of here. This was a quickie. We were just talking about some football and some fun stuff. And we'll catch y'all next week.
Take it easy, guys. The season's here.
That's right. Go Niners.